Hello world, I'm Darby Conley, creator of the Everything Equation and the host of Dear Darby. That sounds super weird, but I'm going to keep leaning into this. I am super blessed, but often I feel super alone, unhappy, stressed, and most recently with my dad dying, not seen. And I've spent a lifetime searching for why is that? Why do I always feel like I am struggling? Why do I always feel like I'm not understood? Why do I always feel like I'm too much? And what I found was that the answer was actually quite simple. And the framework that I found myself in is pretty clear. And that is what I am calling the Everything Equation. And this is my equation, and that's why I joined the Stand Challenge. Gary totally said that this first video was going to be cringe, and I am feeling it in every single way. I used to do fireside chats, but this is super cringy. However, I really do want to trust this process. So a little bit about me. I'm a mom of 3, a wife, a leader, a coach, but really most of all, what drives me is I'm on the search to figure out the reason of life. And I love giving people a space to feel seen, heard, and empowered. And I believe that the purpose of life is all about to serve others. And what brought me to Gary Vee is I love his language of hustle, service, and community. That is one of my love languages, is community. So for me, the Stand Challenge isn't just about building a storefront. It's about testing if this framework, the Everything Equation, can be a product. And even more, if I can create a community, because I want to build a community that I'm going to spend the next half of my life living in. I don't want to just sell a product. I want to serve people. So my product is called Dear Darby. Think of it like a modern day Dear Abby. But instead of advice from above, it's conversations using the Everything Equation. Curiosity, accountability, and kindness equals everything. I hold a space for you to explore your challenges, your choices, and more importantly, your possibilities. It's not about me having all the answers. I won't. It's about creating clarity together. This framework was shaped through my life, and I'm 47. From losing my dad and my aunt, I learned a lot, and I learned how precious time is. From losing my job after 25 years in one phone call, I learned just how fast life can shift. And that was after I was crawled up in a ball for 72 hours. But leading, large teams and large organizations, I have learned that when people show up with curiosity, accountability, and kindness, everything works. Those moments taught me something powerful. Clarity is everything. With clarity, we move mountains. With clarity, we move the needle. One of my other favorite sayings. And with clarity, we can actually be happy. So here's the truth, the thing. The systems and the AI are going to take over. But what's always going to matter in the future workforce is how we show up as humans. And that's why I believe the only people who really master this equation are servant leaders. And I want to be a servant leader because the future demands curiosity, accountability, and kindness. And so if you want to stay current, if you want to thrive, if you want to lead, those are the skills that are going to matter. And so join me in this challenge, follow along, book a Dear Darby conversation, and let's see where clarity can drive us, can bring us. Let's see what we can uncover together. Because when we show up with the Everything Equation, when we show up with curiosity, accountability, and kindness, we create everything. So let me see if this works.